The Jets have a lot of problems. Woody Johnson is the biggest one. The Jets. I'm not even going to do Jets Watch. I'm not even going to disrespect Claw and do the Jets Watch stuff. We're just going to get right into it. The New York Jets have been the talk for weeks now, how bad they are, how overrated they are, how this is one of the most disappointing seasons, chaotic. You had Robert Saleh get fired mid-season. They fired Joe Douglas recently. The season ain't over. They're blaming Aaron Rodgers about how bad he is. Why'd you get Devontae Adams? Hassan Reddick's situation that played out so poorly in the media. Ahmad Gardner, because I don't call him Sauce. He hasn't earned the name because he's been rubbish. The offensive line, garbage. This whole team just sucks. Everybody wants to blame Aaron Rodgers. Okay, blame the 40-year-old quarterback. Blame the 40-year-old quarterback that's coming off an Achilles surgery. Blame him. He's the problem. He can't throw the football anymore. Blame him for the problem. Blame him for not having a tight end, right? Blame him for not having a good offensive line. Blame him for having Breece Hall not be good the first 6 weeks of the season. Go ahead. Blame him. He deserves some of the blame. He's done some stuff. He brought Alan Lazard here. You didn't need to give him a 4-year deal, right? All of these things are true. The Jets are a disaster. They are. But here's the problem in all of this, is that there's one person or there's one thing that's the constant in New York. It's not Aaron Rodgers. He just got here. It's not Ahmad Gardner. He just got here. It's not even Joe Douglas who picked the groceries, and he picked a lot of bad ones. He just recently got here. It's the guy that's been owning the team that wants to be a part of the Trump administration for a second term. It's Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson's the problem. He's owned this team since what? January of 2000. That's 24 years. Jimmy, would you like to know how many winning seasons the Jets have had under Woody Johnson's watch?
I'll guess 5.
It's a good guess. Silent Assassin, would you like to take a guess?
So winning seasons?
Yes.
7?
Very good guess. Both good guesses. The answer's 8. They haven't made the playoffs since, 2012?
I think so.
So you can blame the players, right? You can blame the GM who picks the players. All right, great. But who's blaming the meddling idiot owner? No one. That's what I'm going to do. I'm doing that. It's Woody Johnson's fault. It comes from the top. If you have a coach, if you have an owner that fires a head coach because the head coach didn't want the star receiver, and you meddle into that, if you meddle into the team saying Aaron Rodgers deserves to be benched after 4 games, we're 2-2, he needs to be benched. For who? There's a reason why Bill Belichick does not want... He's open. He's free. He needs a job. He will never coach the Jets. You know why? It's not the fact that he hates New York. He actually has a fondness for New York. He was the defensive coordinator on some legendary Giants teams. His actual playbook is in the Hall of Fame for one of his Super Bowl victories with the Giants. He loves the Giants. He has respect for the Giants. He actually loved the Jets as well because he was with Bill Parcells. He was actually the head coach because Bill Parcells picked him to succeed him. But you know what happened when he took the job? Anybody? Anyone? Woody Johnson bought the team shortly after that. And you know what Bill Belichick said to himself? Fuck that. I'm out. I am not going to work for an owner that's an idiot, that doesn't know football. I need somebody who's a football guy who's going to be able to allow me to make football decisions and do what I have to do, rather than come down to the locker room or try to tell me how to run a football team when you couldn't lead me out of a fucking parking lot. That's the problem. That's why he went to New England. And who did he partner with? Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft knows him some football. 7 Super Bowls later, right? Or 6 Super Bowls later, whatever it was. 9 appearances. It's no coincidence that he decided to put his resume, his resignation in for the Jets. And he will never come back because Woody Johnson is there. So you can go ahead and go blame the head coach. You can blame the GM. You can blame Aaron Rodgers. You can blame the players. You can even blame the media for blaming the players. That's fine. Blame whoever the hell you want to blame. But everybody needs to start looking at the idiot owner, because he's the problem. Just like how people used to accuse the James Dolan, oh wait, he's one of the worst owners in basketball. Knicks look pretty good to me. They've been pretty fine. You know why? Because James Dolan hired some really good basketball people to run the show. Doesn't want to meddle because he knows. Doesn't really know that much. I'm not even going to fake like I know. I'm going to put the people that need to be in charge in charge. Woody Johnson, on the other hand, wants to come down and try to work his way into a negotiation meeting. Get your dumb ass up there and go make some baby oil. Don't nobody care about what you think about football. This is why the Jets suck. It's that simple. Me as a Met fan, I went through idiot ownership for the majority of my life. I know incompetence when I see it. The Mets never won a World Series under the tutelage of those owners. You know why? Because they're stupid. They're so stupid, they got caught up in a Ponzi scheme and lost their money and needed loans from Major League Baseball to keep the team afloat. Just because they were friends with Bud Selig. That's what happened. They're dumb. They ended up trying to tell Steve Phillips, go ahead and go put something out in the media and say that A-Rod tried to ask for the sun and moon and the stars. And that's why we didn't sign him. All because you wanted to be cheap. Because you think you know baseball, but you don't. Because you're an idiot. Now we have somebody smart. So that's what the Jets need. Until Woody Johnson sells the team, they will never be good. That's a fact. I'm not going to spit numbers at you. I don't care about numbers. I don't care about what Aaron Rodgers looked like. Yeah, he hasn't looked great. Yeah, he'll take the blame for that. He might be out the door. Everybody might be gone. And that's fine. But the one person that gets to stay shouldn't stay. Everybody else should be able to stay except his dumb ass. He's one of the worst owners in North America. Not just football. He makes the dude Brown in Cincinnati look like Robert Kraft. Because at least the guy in Cincinnati drafted Joe Burrow. And he got Jamar Chase. So he's not that bad. He knows how to find some talent. He knows how to pay him too. Woody Johnson's an idiot. And that's why the Jets are bad. Moving on though. That was a good rant. It was. Jet fans will appreciate that. But it's true. It's just like every year it's the same thing. But before I move on, The one person I think that could be able to fix this, I've said that Ben Johnson would fix. I think he would help Aaron Rodgers right the ship. Ben Johnson's a young, offensive-minded guy. I think a guy like Mike Vrabel, formerly of the Tennessee Titans, good coach as well, defensive-minded guy, though. I want the Jets to kind of get away from that mindset. They're too stuck on defensive-minded coaches. They need to go get themselves a young, offensive-minded coordinator. But if they don't decide to go that route, and they do decide to go the defensive route again or be the macho guy, right? You get a man's man. Go get Rex Ryan back. Rex Ryan is lobbying for the job again. Hell, if Donald Trump could be able to get president again, give it back to Rex. Because the last time I saw Rex, when he got hired with the Jets, they made 2 straight AFC championship games. That's the most successful run they've had in the last 30 years under Rex Ryan. So if you want somebody to hold the players accountable, because Rex Ryan don't take no shit. If you want that to happen, hire Rex. Let him right the ship. Let him do what he had to do to correct these guys, and maybe Ahmad Gardner can get his name back. Maybe. That's what I'm saying. Make the right decision. But the fact that Woody Johnson's going to be the one to make that decision, it's not going to be likely.